Chicago Sky moved both of their home games against Indiana Fever this year to the United Center. Now, the United Center is the largest stadium in the NBA with almost 21,000 seats, which is more than double where the Sky normally play at Wintrust Arena.
Caitlin Clark's first NBA game versus Angel Reese's Chicago Sky sold out in 1 minute faster than a fast break. But was all that trash talk simply for clicks? Angel Reese fans were talking really spicy until reality hit, like a full-court press. Hold on tight, because this rivalry is becoming more intense than a courtside drama with a mic'd-up referee. Did Angel Reese's supporters fumble the bag, or is this the ultimate revenge game in the making?
But this game being in the United Center, if you guys did not see, tickets sold out. And tickets sold out in 5 minutes. They sold out in 5 minutes. United Center sold out in a minute. Sorry, not in a minute, 5 minutes. A minute. It was a fight even trying to get tickets. Seats kept disappearing. They started at $200. Back in 2007, you get season tickets for that price. You can go get season tickets probably a year ago for that price in some teams.
Yes, the Chicago Sky, a professional basketball team, are carelessly clearing out their entire home court to make room for an influx of Indiana Fever supporters. Don't worry, though. Angel Reese is solely to blame. At least, that's what her diehard fans want you to think. Given how much credit they're trying to give her, you'd think she personally signed the lease on the new stadium, built the seats, and installed the hoop herself.
It took just 60 seconds. 1 minute, the time it takes to tie a shoelace, pour a cup of coffee, or check a text. That's all the time the Chicago Sky needed to sell out 20,000 tickets for their highly anticipated matchup against the Indiana Fever. And let's not kid ourselves. The reason is as clear as day. Caitlin Clark, from Iowa to Indiana and now to the biggest basketball cities across the country, the Caitlin Clark effect is more than just a catchy phrase. It's a movement.
Seeing the inevitable in the Sky's Title A wave of Fever fans rushed in and said, "You know what? Let's just move." And in just 1 minute and 60 seconds, all of the tickets had been sold out. In the meantime, Chicago fans, will be scattered everywhere, frantically trying to remember what their own team's logo looks like, while scalpers are likely out here having the time of their lives.
Basically, the Sky Fever tickets went on sale at 11 a.m. today for the United Center. This is the game that was changed into the 23,000 people arena, which I think is only 21,500 for games and 23,000 for concerts, but it sold out like that. However,
let's face it, there is only one reason why this crazy is occurring, and it has nothing to do with Angel Reese. The rookie with a golden touch is the one who is genuinely making a difference in women's basketball at the moment. The stadium is crowded as though people weren't actually following the ticket site like it was a shoe drop to catch a peek of Caitlin Clark. But of course the story must be spun by Angel Reese.
Against Chicago. That's a huge thing. This league has decided, hey, we know what we have here in this matchup. We know people will watch. And quite frankly, I'm ready to see the Indian Fever walk the dog some more with the Chicago Sky.
However, don't believe me. Instead, wait until opening day, when the actual show starts. Chicago, the stadium, will be packed with Fever fans who came for one reason, and one reason only: not to support the home team. Meanwhile, fans of Angel Reese will be sitting there squinting, looking for proof that this is somehow related to her. They may say she's motivating the Fever fans or argue that she secretly owns the stadium. Who knows, the mental gymnastics will be Olympic level. Sky players are about to experience what it's like to play an away game in their own city.
Now, people do not realize, there are some Chicago Sky fans. There really are. But as you guys can tell, not every Chicago Sky game will sell out this year, even in their 10,000 seater stadium. Most won't sell out, and the Fever are going to sell out every single game immediately in Cambridge, which is even bigger.
And let's not forget about the real Sky players in all of this. Imagine working hard during the preseason to prepare for a strong home opener only to discover that you'll be fighting for scraps of support in your own building. The PA announcer might as well introduce them as "and now the visitors" before tip-off. If this is any indication of how things will go, it's going to be a long night for them and an even longer season. So let's continue acting like this is about Angel Reese. Let's ignore the obvious reason why people are spending money at record rates. The excuses will be just as interesting as the game itself when that stadium is packed with 80% Fever fans on opening night. The Caitlin Clark effect is a comprehensive economic stimulus plan, not just a catchphrase. Tickets go within minutes. However, this isn't just the Chicago Sky making money. Even the Atlanta Dream, whose owner had less than glowing things to say about Fever fans, suddenly realized the magic of supply and demand. Arenas suddenly realize they have extra seats lying around somewhere, and team owners who once laughed at the hype are now throwing a lavish party.
What a tangled web we weave when we choose to deceive. And what I am talking about is the Atlanta Dream. Now, if that WNBA team seems to ring a bell, a big ding, ding bell right in your ear hole, it's because of the drama that happened last season. Came out and said, nah, Caitlin Clark effect. Caitlin Clark fans, nah. Everybody remember that shade she decided to throw at the fans, that disrespect? Anybody forget that? Well, my goodness. There we are right there. Atlanta Dream under fire after co-owners Caitlin Clark fan comments and Sky disrespect. And it was about, here we go. That ain't a representation of us, said about Clark fans. Y'all not like us. They not like us.
You see, when the Fever hit town and the demand for tickets looked like a Beyoncé World Tour presale, the Dream was initially happy to play in their small, intimate arena where they could maintain a level of exclusivity, like a members-only club for those who believe Caitlin Clark's success is merely a media fabrication. When reality hit them in the face, the Dream had a miraculous epiphany. Wait a minute, we can make more money. And just like that, a team that once mocked the Fever and their F upgraded to a bigger stadium faster than a bandwagon fan changes jerseys. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky, who should now just call themselves the Caitlin Clark Stock Exchange, are leading the charge in making money off the phenomenon. They're selling out more quickly than a celebrity apologizing after a poorly received tweet. And let's face it, they need it.
There's no doubt that this game is going to sell out. It is like the hot ticket of the season. And incidentally, it is going to break the record for the biggest crowd of a WNBA season.
Additionally, there is the ongoing subplot involving a certain person who simply cannot stand that all of this attention isn't focused on her. Oh, yes. Every time Caitlin Clark makes headlines, someone else starts talking about how she is ignored, disrespected, or underappreciated despite receiving more media attention than any other second-round draft pick in recent memory. It's really amazing. One would think that a player who is so driven to prove herself would concentrate on winning games rather than maintaining a running tally of perceived slights. While teams throughout the league are busy rearranging seats or moving mountains to fit the Caitlin Clark craze, some individuals are still acting as though it doesn't exist. This is the true comedy here. It takes mental acrobatics to disregard an entire the Caitlin Clark effect is happening whether people like it or not, and denying it now would be like trying to argue that the sky isn't blue while standing outside on a clear day. High economic shift in women's basketball could qualify for an Olympic event, but let's not ruin the story with facts. The ratings for television the jersey purchases are genuine, and although some players are too preoccupied to acknowledge Clark's accomplishments and offer sarcastic remarks, her own teams are discreetly praising her for the higher revenue.
Before Caitlin Clark went to the WNBA, the average attendance was 6,109. And then during her rookie year, the average attendance was 15,746, which is a 157.7% increase. We have talked about the Caitlin Clark effect many times on this channel, but I thought that this graphic alone, when you talk about the impact that she has had on the league and specifically...
Fantastic, the WNBA doesn't want fans of the Indiana Fever, which is cute. But when it comes time to move games to larger arenas, more people want to watch Caitlin Clark than anything else that was scheduled that night. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. 1 minute, it's, oh no, Caitlin Clark's fans are ruining the WNBA experience. And then, wait, why is she the only one filling seats? Meanwhile, in Chicago, Angel Reese is playing in what can only be described as a witness protection program that is unmatched in what empty seats ticket gives away the ability to exist without anyone noticing. It's almost as though people don't care about triple singles and off-court theatrics when they could be watching real basketball.